against Hillary Clinton. I want to break this down. I'm joined now by C. Boyden Gray, former White House counsel for President George H.W. Bush, and Matt Miller, former Department of Justice spokesman under Attorney General Eric Holder. Ambassador, I want to start with you. Republicans are mad that James Comey didn't seek any sort of indictment. Do you agree?
Well, his job is not to make prosecutorial decisions. His job is to investigate, issue his findings to prosecutors for them in the main justice complex to make the decision. But that was compromised by the tarmac meeting out in Phoenix, and so the whole thing was kind of a mess, I think, for the Democrats. I think they had a difficult time sorting through all of this. So Comey did what he did, and it's over now, and it's done. But I don't think it should be repeated. This kind of pattern should be repeated again in the future.
Matt, clearly things have been messy, and many are saying, you know what, they shouldn't have this hearing today. But if you look at James Comey's statement, much of his narrative and Hillary Clinton's don't line up. So there are a lot of questions. Why shouldn't there be a hearing?
Well, there shouldn't be hearing because it's completely inappropriate for members of Congress to interfere with prosecutorial decisions made by the Department of Justice. But, you know, Jim Comey really invited this on himself by making this statement that he did on Tuesday. I have a piece in the Washington Post today where I really walk through the Department of Justice rules and guidelines that he violated, and they all come down to one simple principle. When the government isn't prepared to make allegations in court and back them up, where they can be challenged by opposing parties.
If I may, if we're talking about appropriate, one could make the argument it was inappropriate to speak to Loretta Lynch on the tarmac. It's inappropriate to not tell the truth. It's inappropriate to be using a private email server. So we're talking appropriate.
You know, those are all debatable points. I think it was a mistake for the Attorney General to have the meeting she had. But what Jim Comey did was really, you know, give Hillary Clinton worse treatment than any other person gets from their Justice Department, from the FBI. He presented findings of fact in a way that they can't be challenged as they would be in court. And he created a political situation where now he's inserted himself into the middle of a political campaign. It's unprecedented for an FBI director to do this. It's completely inappropriate, and I hope he answers for it today.
Ambassador, you might agree that a political situation has clearly been created, but have the Republicans overplayed their hands? Some have said the Benghazi hearing didn't help them. What James Comey did was deliver the Republican Party, signed, sealed, and delivered an anti-Hillary Clinton campaign ad. Why not simply stop there? Why continue to push this?
Well, I think the question, the most immediate question, is whether Hillary and her aides ought to be continuing to receive security clearances after having been found to be extremely careless in dealing with security matters. And I think that's the most pressing question.
Well, then what's the answer?
Well, I think they shouldn't be. Their security clearances should be terminated. That's a tough decision for the government to take, but it's the right one. If I were in the position today that I was in, 25, 30 years ago, I would say no. You cannot keep giving highly sensitive information to these people who were extremely careless in dealing with it.
Matt, what do you think? Extremely careless is pretty aggressive. Should Hillary Clinton be receiving classified information going forward?
You know, that's a determination for the State Department to make. It's one of the problems with Comey's statement. It's not his job to find whether behavior was careless. He's supposed to find whether there were violations of law or not, and he found that there were not. The State Department can look at this and decide which of their employees deserve the security clearances, but if they were going to lift them for Hillary Clinton and her aides, they'd have to lift them for everyone else that was on those email chains. Those include career officials, they include ambassadors, and you'd have to look throughout the government that anyone that received or sent classified information that they didn't know at the time was classified information. And you might have to lift all their security clearances. And as I can tell you, as someone who worked in government, if you start doing that, you're going to be revoking security clearances for hundreds, if not thousands of people.
My goodness. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Wow, so there you have it. They just basically said that if they continued with the investigation, they would have to strip clearance from hundreds, if not thousands, of officials. Yeah, that's a scary thought.